Hi, beloveds. Welcome to part 2 of Divine Resolution Therapy Time. The other video glossed over general ideas of what the Word gives us to console us, to let us know how this works. So we do not believe the lie, we do not follow man-made beliefs and traditions and give credit to the devil, because everything happens because the Father allows things to happen. Okay, so let us, when things are not going well or expected, let us keep in mind at the forefront who is in charge. Who is in charge and who is it to benefit? We are to give thanks in all circumstances, and glorify the Most High. And through that, we are found obedient as well. His love language is obedience, just on a side note. And many lawless ones will discourage you and reason with you with logics and philosophical talks and what seems rational to dissuade you of lovingly obey the Father, which is to keep faith in the Son and to keep the commandments of the Father. So, that being said, let us look at some scriptures that lets us know who is disciplining us, who is and why we are under the afflictions and trials that we go under. Okay? Here it says in Jeremiah 17:10 that I, Yahuwah, search the heart and test the mind to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruit of his deeds, to see whether they walk in my law or not. That's in Exodus 16:4. So Abba tests. Let us see how much you trust me, beloved. Or are you just giving me lip service? You say you trust in me, your creator, but still revealing angst, uneasiness about the unknown, the unplanned future. This evidence you are still allowing yourself to be spooked by the unknown. This just proves you need to trust me more. So that's me paraphrasing after going through the scriptures. The name of the goal here is to pass the divine test, to pass the Father's test of faithfulness. So 1 Peter 4:12-13 says, do not be surprised at the fiery trials when they come upon you to test you, but rejoice. You're just sharing in the Messiah's suffering, that you may also rejoice when he returns. Deuteronomy is pretty awesome. Deuteronomy 8 goes in to say, remember the way which Yahuwah led you, speaking of the Israelites in the wilderness, and all his spiritual Israel, that he might humble you, testing you, to show what is in your heart, whether you guard his commandments or not. So here you see again the thing that a lot of people in modern churches are fighting against, but they're fighting against their own safety and saving up on their heads destruction, even though they cast out demons and they do wonderful things in his name. So let's go on in scripture to say, Jeremiah 7:10, Yahuwah tries the heart and delights in its uprightness, in the integrity of the heart. Jeremiah 11:20, O Yahuwah, who judges righteously, who tries the feelings and the heart. I think these scriptures, and I have several pages of scriptures that confirms that the Father is the one that is testing. Behold, I have refined you, but not as silver. I have tested you in the furnace of affliction. You hear that? in the furnace of affliction. Oh, where am I going to live? Oh, I don't know. How am I going to pay my rent next month? Oh, I don't. He's testing our faith in him to see if we're going to panic, we're going to freak out and jump back in the pool of filth of this world to make a buck. Okay? Or we're going to do the right thing and trust in him and toil and labor with our hands and do what we're supposed to do without dread, trusting in him. So he refines. Okay? Now, goal number 1. Yah knows the way I take. When he has tried me, I shall come forth as gold. So this is Job 23:10. Job never disowned the Father. He did not sin against him, no matter all that he went through. And that is the test that we are put through, every one of us. Okay? Is to not fail the test of the Almighty. So testing is upon us. Zechariah 13:9. And I shall bring a third into the fire, and refine them as silver is refined, and try, prove, test them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I shall answer them. I shall say, this is my people, while they say, Yahuwah is my Elohim. So, know this. The testing of your faith produces endurance. It produces spiritual maturity. James 1:2-3. So, what are we to do through it all? Scripture lets us know. Keep his commands, to persevere, endure patiently. Guard his word of endurance. Guard his word of endurance. He says, I have commanded you to persevere through it all, without dread, without fear, without doubt. Trust in El Shaddai, and trust in Yahshua also. So, in case you're still wondering, why does Elohim test us? Why does the Almighty test us? Well, many are quick to say we are under spiritual attack, myself included, until the veil has been lifted from my eye. But, I failed to take in consideration the scripture that confirms Elohim tests and proves us. He tests his children. Check out Hebrews. It goes into that in depth. When he does this, he's doing a valuable thing. So receive the gift of affliction for the gift it is. Give thanks in all things. There's a reason why we're ordered to do certain things. It's not just a literary order. No, it's deep. So when you're on the frequency of giving thanks, even though your sinking sand is taking you in, you're giving thanks all the way. You're enduring in the word. You understand? So it's important you obey the scripture. It says, give thanks in all things. Focus on these things. This, that. Just do them. Obey me and be blessed. Disobey me and be accursed. What is it that makes people accursed? When they go off and follow him their way, when they worship him their way, when they worship on the day that he didn't say to worship him on. That's disobedience. And once you've come to know the truth and you persist in your disobedience, your blood is on your own head. Okay. I've come to learn recently, and don't take my word for it, go do your own study, please, is Saturday is not his Shabbat day of rest. Sunday is not his Shabbat day of rest, because the word lets us know it's the luminaries that determine. But I'm not here to debate, argue about these things, because he says not to. You know why? Because his people will turn to his truth. They will turn from things that are familiar. They will turn away from the indoctrination of the pagan church. They will soften their heart. They will have that soft heart. And they will obey. So I don't need to talk anyone into anything. I share it with you. It's for you to go and do your due diligence. And if you don't believe something, go check it out. And be careful how you go and check that out. Okay? So that is, there's so many more. I'm going to leave it to you to do your due diligence. Search in Google, what does the Bible say about tests or testing? And then find the scriptures that talks about, about, they'll say God, testing. So there's a lot of JC and God. There's not a lot of his real names being used. So you just go through however you can, but don't let that deter you from the truth. So real fast here, testing of faith. This is what happens. Big ways and small ways, daily irritations, life-threatening situations. That's Isaiah 48:10. Securities compromised like shelter, food, work, and then attacks from Satan, which is of course allowed by Yahuwah. So no demon, no adversary can test us or afflict us beyond what Elohim has ordained. So that's something to rest in. All trials work towards Elohim's perfect purpose and our benefit. He humbled me and tested me to do me good in the end. Deuteronomy 8:16. These are many examples of the positive results of being tested. Our faith is of greater worth than gold. This is why we suffer grief in all kinds of trials. So that's 1 Peter 1:6-7. Elohim tests our faith. He leads us to grow in spiritual us to grow in as stronger disciples who truly live by faith and not by what is seen. 1 Corinthians 5:7. So quite a bit to share. I know people have ADHD. Most people don't want to commit 12 hours. Some people know that quality time with the Most High and learning about His Word is important. So this 12 minutes, it's well spent. And no time spent with the Most High and dedicated to Him is ever lost. So this is a lifestyle. Christianity, as people call it, it is a lifestyle. And I ask many people, you say you're a Christian, then start acting like it. Start being like the Messiah. Otherwise, you are a liar. You lie to yourself, and you're not fooling the world. Even unbelievers, I've spoken to many who say, I look at some Christians, and it turns me off. So don't do a disservice and go off doing things. This is a 13-minute video. I am pleased to have had this time with you, and may it bless you, the information that's been shared, and please share it. It's a loving thing to do, is to share this information, because not everybody has time to do the study. It took several hours this morning to complete this whole study. Being a student of the Word is the most rewarding thing I can say. Being called in the royal family is the best gift ever. So if I can help to expedite your quickening of maturity, that's what the goal of these videos are. And may it bless you, may it bless you. Shalom, shalom. Okay, bye-bye.